The compensation program. There's many different kinds of compensation programs. Let's talk about this. For as far as I'm concerned, there are 3 different real programs. Many are variations of each one of them. But basically, there is either an hourly program or people are just paid hourly, right?
Right.
There are commission programs. People just pay commission. If you don't sell something, you don't eat, more or less, right? Then there's a hybrid of hourly and a threshold that when you paid hourly, but if you exceed the value of what the hourly will provide, then we start offering bonuses and extra money after that.
That's
Let's go ahead and outline those 3 things. So first of all, of those 3 programs, which one did Radiant choose to go with?
We're doing the hybrid, so we pay a base hourly rate plus commissions. We started out doing just straight hourly. I know many companies that works for you guys. It just didn't work for us. Mm-hmm. We had a hard time keeping the guys motivated to sell unless they had some skin in the game. Straight commission was not something Brad and I wanted to do just because we didn't, but this program has worked well for us. It's allowed us to pay our guys a base of just $20 an hour, but that gives them some security that they're being paid for training time, if they have one off week, all those things. That doesn't mean that we don't hold them accountable to our threshold. That's still happening. But on the recruiting side, we have new people coming in. It really helps.
And actually, the program we designed with Sarah together, it was not. We didn't just do it for her. We worked back and forth. I mean, for probably a month on this, right? And of course, I said, "How's it going?" You still got it in place? She says, "Well, we changed a few things." Well, send that to me again. So like, before we did the thing, we actually have the new. So the program that's up there is on our contractorselling.com website. It'll be on. We put in a PDF on the SPM video website. When you have the videos, it'll be up there. The hourly plus threshold. So what it means is we identify a certain amount of money. What is the threshold? Around $7,500? A certain amount of money?
Well, I'm embarrassed to say this, but it's only $6,000.
$6,000. So $6,000, and once you do that, you start getting a small amount of commission.
Right.
As you sell more, the commission amount becomes larger. Correct?
That's correct.
But that's the way you do it. So basically, let me just go over a little bit of pluses and minuses. I don't got a lot of time, but we're going to go ahead and cover this. Complete commission programs where you get paid just percentages or in some way just paying a share of whatever you sell are good. The problem is if you do not actively, you have to work twice as hard, I feel, to create this connection like you're still an employee. Because when you're doing just commission, employees are like, oh, I'm just a guy who's on my own. I kind of like a business within the business. I don't have to listen to the boss. Or if they say, hey, go deliver some filters over here to Mrs. Johnson, well, how much commission am I getting for that? Instead the question, what am I going to get paid for that? So it works. You have to work twice as hard to feel that this person's inclusive to make them see their benefit to it. It can be done very well. I know a lot of companies, like for instance, Mike and a lot of other companies do that. But the management structure is designed so that it includes employees and makes them. I think it works twice as hard to make them feel like they're team members. Not that you don't, okay? You still do the same thing. Basically do the same thing you do, except for they have to do it even more so, I think.
Sure.
The responsibility is even higher, with that situation. When you're getting hourly pay, it's like, if you guys aren't there for a week, it's like, oh, nobody talked to me. I miss Sarah, but I just got my paycheck, so that's cool.
Yeah.
And hourly, I feel, to me, I don't know, hourly only, I think is license to steal. I think you just got people stealing from you. They're stealing their paycheck. There's no accountability. The hours just tick off the clock, and there's no accountability. Nobody put a written goal in front of somebody saying, here's what we expect for those hours. The threshold system itself, that hybrid system, at least creates a threshold that even if you never get a commission, that we all know that you're in the red. That everybody in the company knows it. And how important is transparency in that process?
I think it's very important. The guys all know where they stand. I mean, we have a sales board. They
it's
all
public,
know where
right?
It is public.
So if you're in the red every single week, everybody's like, how long are we going to keep earning for?
Exactly.
And Ernie himself is wondering, how long are they going to keep me for? Let's just play the cards out. See how long can I collect the paycheck? We'll see. They're testing you. You ever feel tested in that aspect of things?
Oh,
as far as somebody who's just getting in the red and they never try any harder, you're coaching and that type of stuff?
Definitely. We've had in our higher performing techs included come to us and go, what the heck? Why is he still around? I mean, what?
And the employees are wondering what's going on. So the employees the teammates are going, this guy's killing us. He's not doing the options. He's not doing this stuff. He's telling you to be a better coach.
Yeah.
More or less, right? So that's the program we use, and we do have a copy of that compensation program we're going to put on the website, and also it is on contractorselling.com as well too. So is that plumbing and marketing lawyer we did too. Moving on forward, the managing the process, okay? Moving it forward, we have Lonnie managing the process. Anything else you want to share with us about that, about how you watch what she's doing, the communication between you and her?
No, it's just that it has to be consistent. You know, it's not something that I've just thrown on her plate and just let her run with. I mean, we are having a weekly debrief about it, and frequently daily, you know, just checking in where we're at.
All right, just a few questions. Go ahead. Anybody have just a few questions? We got 5 minutes before we close it here. Go ahead, pop out a few things if you got anything. Tom, over there in the room.
Do you have a level of what you tell them you expect, like as a minimum for them to bring in a week?
Yeah, we definitely communicate what the job entails during that second interview, and we tell them that our expectation is a minimum of $6K a week. And at that point, we've already talked a lot about their prior sales and ability, and we tell them, look, this is what we have to do in order to keep the lights on. So when you come on board, this is the expectation.
I think what's important about that ranking system, just to touch base on that, it's important to make it transparent so every week technicians know publicly what the numbers are. But it's also important not to make it into a horse race. You shouldn't put always like the top tech gets some kind of a favored spot on the board. It should be by alphabetical order. So you're not telling people that you're losing if you didn't hit those numbers, because it's just, your name is up there wherever it's at, alphabetical order. So don't make it into a better like a horse race. What it is really just a personal accountability, but it's a transparent accountability so people can publicly fail or publicly succeed. And that's just a value system. I guess you have to believe in that system. That's an accountability measure, a personal accountability measure, right? So many questions over there? Go ahead.
Actually, I have two. You said that you start your base off at 20. Do you do like performance reviews after employees or salespeople have been with you for a while? And then the second question is, what about your ones who aren't actively selling, your workers?
They get paid a higher base hourly rate, the installers do. It's slightly less than maybe our market average because we have an installer spiff system incorporated in that if a selling technician sold a job for 8 hours and the installer goes and does it and gets it accomplished within that time frame and there's no callbacks, then he's getting a spiff for that. So that's how their pay works out. As far as the performance reviews, there's nothing structured in that. We probably should, but we are having a weekly debrief with the service manager about the prior week's sales.
Can I say something? I think performance reviews are for dinosaurs. I really think I think performance review is happening every day. It's happening by 12 noon. You know what I'm saying there? It's like, hey, John, what happened to those first 2 calls? That's your performance review. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to see a review. There's 6,000 hours on that board. You're not hitting it. What do you think about your job today? How do you think you're doing the last 4 weeks? Here's your review. What do you think the last 4 weeks? I'd like to make more money. Yeah, it sucks to only do 2,000 a week.
I meant more like
too.
yearly review.
I don't believe in that. I'm sorry, I don't believe. What I do believe in is a yearly expectation review. Like what's going to happen in the future. I don't care about reviewing. I care about the future with this employee. I think every year you start the year out. I don't know how you feel about this.
I agree.
Do you guys do that? Oh, I'm sorry. Take your thunder. Go
No,
ahead.
please.
No, you take it. Take it.
No, I have nothing. You're on a roll.
No. Oh, this is where I suck, right? It's my weakness right now. So yeah, just do this. You guys like. So go ahead. Tell them about it.
No, okay, so
I do it. Go ahead.
Oh, I really want to hear what you have to say. I can't even tell you how badly I'm.
Okay, so we have. Julie and I, we did a thing every year in January. Every single employee sat down with us, and we sat in a restaurant for like 2 days straight. And we got bigger. We sat in a restaurant for 4 days straight. Every employee had an assigned time to come and see us, meet for an hour, 90 minutes with each employee. We want to hear what that person's personal goals were, what their problems were, and their whatever kind of personal issues they had financially, to make sure that we could exceed that from a pay standpoint. We found out what their challenge was and how we could help them overcome that financial challenge in their family in the future, this year.
Right.
That's all I want to do. I do not want to. The word review means we're looking in the rearview mirror. I don't want to do that. I want to do a goal review, a personal goal review with this employee. That works because now it's like, wow, we all agree on an expectation. We all agree you need to sell this many calls. You need to have this many calls. You need to sell this much in each call. Here's what it needs to be every week. That's what I would call it. That part of it.
Now, when you say that, Joe, do you ever see raising the base dollar amount?
Absolutely. I mean, if somebody is exceeding expectations on a regular basis, Rick Picard gets that. He raises the base. I mean, when he worked at a different company, he had started out at a certain base. As he starts selling $4 million, they're like, let me raise that base. So yeah, I think that has to happen. Otherwise, you can't. If the whole company was performing at a high level, well, actually, I don't think in your company the guys look at the hourly at all, do they? I mean, the hourly is probably like tip money, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
It is, yeah. It's like our top performing techs, they're in commissions so frequently it just doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know many people in this room can understand that if you do a threshold system, like Kathy has a guy.
Yeah, I do the threshold.
Yeah,
system. Do you raise that base hourly? Because I don't do that. I kept them. They're
I
at the
don't.
same base they were at 6 years ago when we met. Because they're getting. I mean, we get $150,000 a year right now.
The point is, I think once you add more, if you're in the business of adding more employees, though, who knows? 10 years from now, 20 an hour may seem like 12 an hour in today's world. That's the thing that I would say. So I'm not saying it because of the current employees. I'm saying it because of new employees. I mean, if I went by a threshold of hourly pay, 20 years ago, and we didn't change that, we'd be at $11 an hour. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, nobody's going to join your company with that kind of a thing if you're doing threshold pay. So that means that you have to be current with sort of, not more than the market, but less than the actual market would bear. But because of the bonus system, it's going to make that big difference. And you're right. The right person's not going to care about it anyway. They're just going to say, give me that percentage anyway. Yeah, Mike.
Since you guys kind of speak in the same language here, are you saying that I would come into a business, make $20 an hour, but if I had a phenomenal week or month or whatever, my commissions would supersede my hourly, and I wouldn't get my hourly, I would just get the commission?
Yeah,
You get the hourly too?
my place.
yeah, but at the end of the day, it really is.
I think what Mike is saying is true. It's like basically you wind up superseding the hourly, and there's two ways of doing that program. One, you get this commission, now the hourly is off the table. Or two, you get the commission, you get the hourly, you keep it, but the commission's less.
Right.
You know what I'm saying there? So it could be one of those two. There's a couple ways there. There's creative ways there to do it. I think, for instance, a lot of people do the way where you keep the hourly and you just add on with a smaller commission. However, if you're going to give away that hourly, the commission will be much larger, obviously. And you're right. The bottom line is you want to focus people on that commission or that bigger thing, which is the commission, not the hourly. And the people who are successful don't look at the hourly like it's anything. They look at the commission. Teresa, go ahead.
Go back to your testing and your hiring process. You used DISC. I'm assuming that's a program that you researched out. But how did you learn to interpret the information that was on it? Did they provide that information? And how do you know what's applicable as far as a better choice of sales tactics?
I think we've not gone through the training class for the DISC profile test, and that's on my action items. I'm going to do that. We've just been self-taught. But the other thing is that we've had everybody in our organization take this test, and we now have a pretty deep history of many years of technicians and CSRs and our staff people taking it, and we're able to go back and look at those prior profiles. And we've kind of developed some, just internally, when we look at one, we know, kind of how this is going to go with somebody.
What made you choose that versus, say, a Wonderlic or something like that?
Like Mike uses Wonderlic and he loves it. And I think a lot of people use that one and they like it. I think it's probably about just finding one that you like and that you're consistent with and that you feel comfortable trusting the results.
All right, everybody, we got to wrap it up. Steve, if you would, I think we're done here. Thank you. Let's give Sarah a big round of applause.
We are getting a portable MBA today. This is excellent management, learning, and application. And one of the insights that I'm walking away with after hearing your experience. I loved all that personality profile information. Because if you do build up years of information, you can start to make assumptions. And what I'm hearing today is your company is extremely effective in what it does, which is maintaining the behaviors that get you closest to your goals. But your company is also very efficient in doing the work in the most economical way possible. Sharing your insight has been terrific for the audience. Thank you very much.
bet.
Folks, pull out Sarah's evaluation, complete it, leave it on the table, take a 15-minute break.